Hi, my name is Dmitry. I am head of the fund of the Ukrainian Volunteer Center. It's interview for Suchomimus channel. That's all.
Let's start with the first question. What pieces of equipment have been overlooked by supporting nations that are particularly difficult and or expensive to acquire independently?
Collimator site. The really good one costs approximately 1200 bucks. It's extremely hard to combat in direct collusion with the contact enemy. They are especially useful in military assault or trimming settlements.
And what is the most important thing you do every day that is not combat related?
Running, sport activity, and time with my wife, if possible. It's very important to keep fit and mentally relaxed.
Do you feel having air defense such as F-16 would really make a difference, and to what extent?
Jets are much needed. Can't say that battle line will start moving at once, but it will definitely lower the amount of deaths among civilians and troops.
My question is, do you watch or pay close attention to the war effort as a whole, or do you stay solely focused on your immediate job and task, and why?
Mm. I'm focused solely on my tasks and foundation. Sometimes I get news in a general, but no more. If I try to follow everything that happens, I would start to make serious mistake in my job. That will be brutal.
My question is this. When the war is over and Ukraine is beginning to rebuild, what types of assistance do you believe will be the most helpful for other nations and private individuals to provide? And what types would be considered overreach and unwelcomed?
Mm. Honestly, I don't know how to answer to this question, but we will definitely be grateful for any help provided.
What English songs are on your playlist when you rock out together? Heavy metal, pop, or chilled?
Oh, definitely these are AC/DC, The Doors, Metallica, and Army Funk, Hard Funk.
What would you like to tell depoliticized Russians in Moscow and St. Petersburg that aren't affected directly by the war? What are your feelings towards Russian civilians in general?
My attitude is raising negative, because people rule the country, not the president. If Russians wanted to stop this, they would do this long time ago. I'm often shown the comments in a social media posts about another bombarding of Ukrainian cities. They certainly approve it, even like it. How can I treat them this way?
Have any of you had to fight in a city or town you once lived in, and how did it feel?
Fortunately, there were no such cases, but for the detachment is rather good if we have someone who had lived in such place. They can get some gaps and this way to help to make operations successful.
How visible are the results of attrition in the front line? Are the orcs getting more and more desperate and lacking equipment?
Mm. The statement they lost their fighting spirit long time ago is true. They have less equipment. We can see that from decreasing of artillery bombardments of our cities.
Do you see support from United 24, or should my donations better go to just smaller groups like NA4 69 Sniffing Brigade? I currently split my donations between United 24 and smaller groups because I think there's stuff smaller groups can't buy. For example, British companies making demining vehicles won't sell to them. But I'm always a bit wary of larger orgs and wonder how efficient they are.
I would give preference to small groups, but only ones who give all the reports and about donation and receipts of
Purchases.
purchase, цены, purchase,
Purchases.
покупка. Дякую. Small organizations communicate directly with troops and always know actual and much needed requests. United 24 can provide us with 3 drones and that is wonderful. But at the same time, without generators and few monitors, they are less effective, and that is exactly what small phones help us with.
What's one piece of equipment that you can't go without?
Drones, generators, and cars.
What are the main strategies to deal with drones attacking your positions? Do you have to use shotguns and rate of fire if you spot a low flying enemy drone? And how do you tell friends from foe with the drones being used?
Attempts to school the drone with guns are extremely dangerous. There is a huge chance of showing your position while doing that. But the м, як це на англійській? Зараз одну хвилинку. Е, But the chance of effectiveness is quite small. It's way better to use electronic warfare or the ones that our engineers made themselves.
Is drone technology a game changer when used by yourself or the enemy? And is it possibly the most important battlefield technology to develop in the near future?
Now, drone technology is a very important part of war. They help with artillery spotting, est- estimating, yeah, estimating risks during medical evacuation and storms. Russia used drones, but extremely badly, and that is good for us.
The question is, do you have any idea how many millions of people from all over the world love, respect, and support you all?
Of course, it's very delightful to read supportive comments and to understand that we are not alone in our struggle. It's good to know that we are helped and worried about. We are very grateful for that.
What is the communication like between the armor, infantry, and artillery when it comes to assaulting a position?
Naturally helps with cutting out the possibility of aiming fire. Armored cars help infantry to get the enemy position and cover them, and infantry does mopping up and consolidation of position.
Have you had any contact with Russian POVs? And what did you learn from that experience?
Many of them are very covert. They go to war for money. They don't take Ukraine as an independent country and Ukrainians as a people. We are like second class people for them.
What motivates you on a daily basis? Best wishes from the Netherlands.
Thanks for support from the Netherlands. I think the main motivation is that my wife and parents being alive. That's the main thing.
What is the most difficult part of current offensive operations and what could be done to relieve the issue?
In the 6 months, we have not been given the necessary weapons in time. They have enriched themselves very well, and it is extremely difficult to storm them without air support. We need aviation and more modern equipment.
Russian and some Western press speak of a failed offensive. Most of us who keep up to date see it as a slower than we would hoped, but by no means failed. What is the impact on the average UA soldier? Is this press hurting morale?
I agree that the offensive is slow, but that's normal considering how much time they have had to gain a foothold, and it's always harder to assault than to defend. Ordinary soldiers don't pay attention to this, they just do their job. But it would be nice if the foreign press didn't write what they don't know about. Such articles can show mm, miscon, uh, misconception, yeah, okay,
Misconceptions.
misconceptions among the people.
Favorite military ration?
Buckwheat porridge with the meat and the concentrated milk. It's very delicious, but I can't even look at beans now.
How do you balance your physical as well as mental well being? Being on a front line for an extended period of time away from family must take a toll on your mental as well as physical health.
Sorry. Can you repeat, please?
The question was about mental and physical well being. How do you keep it?
This is a widespread problem. The most important is to communicate with dearest via Telegram or WhatsApp, through video chat or voice messages. We also have 10 days of vacation per year to see our families. And they say for psychical health, running and other sports.
Is Western armor making a big difference?
Yep. Western armor plates for armor save a lot of soldiers from death.
Is there a game that everyone in the trenches uses to pass time, like a card game or dice or other?
Cards and word games are a real lifesaver, but heart to heart talk is very good.
Is it true that the bandit theme from Stalker is played in the Russian POV cells 24/7 as a form of soft torture?
I have never heard about it, to be honest, but I have never been to a prison camp. I loved the game Stalker since I was like a kid. It's a good game from Ukrainian developer.
Do cluster munitions help clear mines in any way?
I haven't heard of mine clearance, but pulling them out of the trenches is definitive. The cassette ammunition helps us a lot.
Do you have a captured weapon of preference you've taken from the dead invaders? I know that AK-12 is rumored to suck.
I don't pick up any trophy weapons because it's a big risk. Anything could be body trapped. Only a couple of Wagner chevrons from the trophy.
What was the first firefight you had with invaders like?
It was 2022, my first segment as a stormtrooper on the Donetsk direction. To be honest, it was very scary. Adrenaline stiffened my whole body. My partner hit me in the face. It's such pain in my face to bring me to my sense, and that helped. The gun was old and not even shot. A plate welded from ordinary metal. I guess you could say I got lucky then.
Do you have much downtime and what do you do to stay entertained and upbeat?
After I started, after I started doing foundation work, time because became very tight. A good coffee, video chat with my friends and my wife put me back in a good mood.
Has Western infantry training tactics been useful to AFU? In particular, the UK's training given on HVM.
I didn't go through it, but I worked with guys from another division who were there. They did their job perfectly, so I am sure it's useful.
What brand or model of commercially available drone is the best to donate?
Mavic 3 or Mavic 3T. They are very effective and our soldiers stitch them up to make them harder to shoot down.
What is the best spade for frontline use?
A sapper shovel is the most necessary thing in war and the most practical. Practical, sorry.
Besides your loved ones, what do you miss most when you are away from home?
Computer games, hot shower, and comfortable bed.
If I'm going to write a letter to my government, what message from you should I include? He's from Germany.
Hi, and thank you for your support from Germany. I don't know, write them to believe in us.
What do you do to kick back when you're on leave?
I sleep, eat good food, not beans, and play GTA 5 and Minecraft with my friends.
Which Russian vehicle is most feared?
No, they don't have some kind of super weapons or equipment.
Do you feel yourself dehumanizing the enemy, and if so, do you take measures to encourage or discourage?
I'm just doing a job and they just a target. I'm always remembering what they do with prisoners and civilian people.
How long off-road vehicles last? How difficult drone operation with electronic suppression?
Vehicles, yeah?
Vehicle.
Vehicle. Vehicle are expendable, just like drones. We often lose vehicle through artillery and drones to suppression. But even so, they are sorry, incredibly useful.
What if you see a landship moving around your perimeter? What will you do?
I will drop to the ground and start digging under myself to get as low as I can.
What's the funniest fuck up you have witnessed with orcs commit?
They have a big problem with communication, and once Russian artillery hit their own column of tanks. They helped us a lot.
Which, in your opinion, is the most effective weapon and tactics you have against the Russians in defense and attack? And which is Russian best weapon and tactics they use for their defense and attack? With your experience now, can you make suggestions for better results in the near future of the conflict? Which were the biggest mistakes, in your opinion, in the conflict for both sides?
The most powerful thing we have is tanks and armored vehicle. They have drone suppression systems. We need deviation and time to knock them out of their position. It was a mistake on their part to underestimate, yeah, underestimate us, and our was that we didn't get the right weapons and let them get a foothold.
He also says that he's from Greece and Slava Ukraine.
Heroem Slava.
What Russian propaganda narrative should Westerns constantly debunk? Or which ones do you think we're failing for?
Sorry, glory to heroes. Oh. Okay. Myths about Nazism in Ukraine. It does not exist. It is just a propaganda tool. And also the myths that the counterattack has failed. It is in progress. We have success.
I've seen some footage of trenches from both sides. Russian trenches look like garbage dumps, and Ukrainian trenches show some order and respect. Although life in the trenches is rough, is there something that Ukrainian fighters have there which feels a bit luxury, or something we wouldn't expect to see in the trenches?
The most unexpected thing I saw in the trench was an ordinary toilet, stall, and a shower.
Identifying as a pacifist, I still in doubt to donate money, notwithstanding my heartless solidarity with the goal to liberate your homeland. What do you say to onlookers like me?
Yeah, okay, we don't want to go to war either, but тоже це either теж. Дякую. But we have to defend our country against bloodthirsty invaders. I am a Pacific too, but words can't stop them. I think if you don't want the war to come to you, you can donate. It's entirely your choice.
AK or AR?
AK, it's not a good weapon. AR-15, 100%.
How's mental health of the troops in general, and do the guys have good access to mental health providers?
There are some issues with that, but they are already in full swing building hospitals to treat and adapt military people. That's all?
Yeah, we finished.
Yep, okay. Thank you for help us. It's very good that we can make the interview for Suchomimus channel.